Hi everyone! So yesterday I've done this spread. I kind of was in the mood and I was already late in the evening, and I just really wanted to do the Chanel spread, and so I've done it. I cut out in one of the previous videos you can see the original 2 pages that I ripped out of Marie Claire. You can find any fashion magazine for inspiration. The only thing I would recommend is for it to be the small size, because they tend to be great to fit into your journals. So basically I have cut out the images that I liked, a little bit of piece of writing over here, so that gives the information about Karl Lagerfeld's history of his fashion making. And then I have, like I said, cut out the bits that I liked and used a washi tape, which I actually think looks super cute. And sometimes when the washi is a little bit too thick, I find it really useful to just rip it in the middle, and then you have one straight side, which works really good in straight lines, and then the tiered side goes onto the paper, so that works really well. So I don't want to spend too much time talking about this. I just wanted briefly to show you what I have done with the Chanel spread, but today I want to do another spread. So I have gone ahead and actually taken out almost everything apart from Scarlett Johansson article where there are loads of great pictures. So I'll just get to it quickly. So I will definitely use these images. The photography is beautiful, and I want to keep it in my journal as memory keeping, fashionable memory keeping. But other than that, I have gone ahead and ripped out anything that I thought had nice visuals. So this is a great, this would be a great spread for summer because of the colors, the gardens, and it just is really nice color-wise. Then there is something interesting here. So not necessarily will I use all of these images, but this is a good way to have you ready. So you can just open whenever you feel like journaling. I just open up my journal, go through these pages, and whatever I feel most inspired by, I'll then do a spread. So here I quite like this image of the perfume bottle and the kind of collaged lips with some petals. I thought that was quite original. So yeah, it's really whatever takes your fancy. There's some beauty related pieces as well. These are quite great because they're the right size to just cut out and stick in your journal, and to remind yourself of what was trendy for that. So this is May 2017 issue, so you can just kind of have a little kind of reminder. I mean, I really like the this magazine, and I really wanted to work with it. So now that I will use this magazine just as a beginning of the fashion journal, I will then go ahead and just purchase the magazine for, it doesn't have to be Marie Claire. I think I will go either for Elle or Marie Claire. Those are my 2 favorites, and see which one I like most during that month, and just use it in my fashion journaling for inspiration and memory keeping. So yeah, and so this is what I have tiered out. So here I like the title, Spring into Summer. Again, might use it, might not use it. And finally there is a really good spread on Balenciaga, which is fantastic, and I will do a similar spread on that for similar to the Chanel spread. Basically I'll cut out the bits that I like, the pieces of text, and sort of do my own collage. So today, however, I think what I will try to do is I will cut out Scarlett's face and kind of try to kind of collage it onto the page and maybe do an illustration out of it. being the cover page, it's quite thick and glossy, so I don't know how it's going to work, but it's something I want to try. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I will speed it up and then I will do a voiceover just to kind of guide you through what I was doing. Okay, so I'm cutting out Scarlett's face, and I first contemplated what I should take out the letters and cut it, but I decided to keep it just because I like the red with her lipstick, and I will also later add red accents to the illustration. So I then went and picked this red rub-on butterfly and another butterfly just sitting on her earring, and I then went ahead and added more doodling on the side. On the right side I did it a little bit more elaborate, and I kept it simple on the left side because of the earring and the butterfly. I didn't want to overdo it. Okay, so I have gone ahead and also added some of this doodling effect on the bottom of the butterfly and also inside the areas here, and I think it makes it look a little bit more finished. Also, I have done more of the pattern on this side and left it quite simple and basic on this side because I have the earring here. Also, I kind of went through a stash of embellishments to find something red to correlate to the lipstick, and this is the reddest thing I could find, which was the Hazelwood 1 Canoe 2 rub-on transfer sheet. It had all these lovely butterflies, and then I thought I liked to repeat the butterfly and just sat it on her earring, so it kind of looks like it's about to fly off. At the moment this pattern is not coming alive because it needs a little bit more uplifting, so I think I'm going to put into her earring and these bigger circles, I think I'm going to put a similar color that is on her lipstick and the butterfly, just again to correlate the two. So I think I'm going to go for ruby. That seems to be the most fitting color. I'm not going to go through the mixing process of watercolors. I could mix something, but I'm quite happy with my White Nights ruby, which is already a finished color. So I'm just going to take my brush. So this is a Princeton number 3, and I'm going to take water. I like to keep my water, I've never mentioned this to you, but I like to keep my water in the Kilner jar, just because I always fill it up and I put the lid on, and obviously having a 2-year-old that can bump into things and pull things, and I don't want the water to go everywhere, so I kind of keep a jar on there, so it's really convenient for that matter. So I'm going to go ahead and take the ruby, so slide it over here. So I'm going to apply some of it into the earring, and because, like I said, I want well, actually I didn't say, but I want it to be like a watercolor effect, and so I'm going to create that by just making the water flow into the water, or actually the water flow into the watercolor, so that way I'll get that effect. So I'll start from the top because it's easier to, obviously, for smudge proof reasons, it's easier to go from top to bottom. So I'm going to quickly apply this ruby into certain areas but not fill the entire area with it. And then I'm just going to kind of touch it with a bit of water and create that sort of watercolor effect. Okay, so this spread has been quite quick today because I didn't have really that much time, and I didn't want to spend too much time on this just because it's a lovely day outside and been in the garden in the morning and things like that. And I just thought, you know, I want to really make sure I do something every day. This is like color therapy for me. I don't know, it just makes me really happy to just sit down and be committed to the journaling and do something creative. You know, when you like have certain ideas but you never actually carry them out, you just leave them, and I think that is the whole point of a journal, to be committed and try to find 15-20 minutes of your time during the day to make sure you sit down and do something. And I think that is the way to progress and to make sure your creativity keeps growing and expanding. And because the less you do, the less practice you will get, the less you create art, the less you will learn, etc., etc. So I think I couldn't encourage you more to just sit down and do this every day, because like I said, it's super relaxing. It just takes your mind off everything. When you paint, I find there is nothing else I'm thinking about other than just watercolors and how I'm going to finish the spread, and you know, what colors work with what. So in effect, I could have done a little bit more here and just mixed more colors to make it a bit more interesting, but I really want this kind of collage slash illustration to be black and red, and I don't want to be anything else there, just because I want it all to kind of work together and be quite sorry, cut out there. My memory card got full because I have a few videos saved up there, which I will be publishing soon. I was basically saying that the red works together with lips and the title, and it makes it look more balanced and finished that way. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.